see where I'm at? I'm at the cemetery. I'm about to lay you to rest.
Wow. With a bonnet.
Coming right back to you.
You gotta think of the pure insanity that it must take for this Muslim identifying woman to go to a cemetery for her voodoo witchcraft hex bullshit that she's trying to put on Daphne. Tell me how you thought this was a good idea, ma'am. This is not coming from somebody who's innocent in this, in this entire matter. From scamming all the people that you did, being a fraud, to putting a crystal witchcraft spell on your ops. You're just full of good idea, ma'ams. Accountable you are not, but spooked you are. Justice is finally being served in the case of the lovely young woman who claimed to get hit in the face by a man with a brick, promoting this incident on her Instagram underneath the guise that not only was said brick thrower a black man, but then also that there was a street full of other black men that decided not to help her in her precarious situation. Then going on GoFundMe to promote getting help for her medical bills as she simultaneously pushed all of her victimhood identities as a black, single mother, immigrant, Muslim, lesbian, LGBTQ, whatever, and all the other victimhood shit that she pushed, amounting over $40,000 in GoFundMe donations, because initially the masses believed her. Hashtag believe all women. But we criticized her up here on this platform because her story just didn't make sense, and we later found out that she's a scammer with a history of alleged GoFundMe scams. There's videos of her just being a public damn nuisance. Shout out to the queen of accountability for legally putting a foot on this woman's neck until we understood that her claims were accurate, and if not, justice will come a-knocking. So where does this story begin?
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that nigga get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins,
It's just a disgusting prime example of Emmett Till happening in present day. But what's more infuriating is that it's not coming from racist. Anyway, this page that you guys are looking at right here is a previous GoFundMe that this alleged scammer hosted. You'll see the title here, "Help Black Muslim Mother Pay Her Medical Bills." Now, her video at the time did not go as viral, but it did happen to capture a total of 91 donations, totaling almost $5,000. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but you'll see the common MO. This was back in 2020. A young black Muslim mother was viciously assaulted by private security in Minneapolis. Okay, whatever. Suffering multiple facial contusions, a black eye, and injuries to her leg and her back, whatever. Now, at this point, she was only asking for $5,000 in medical expenses. But the story is eerily similar to what she claimed back in 2023. In an update, she was asking for 5 times that amount, an amount that she asked for after the story went viral, and she far exceeded that amount. The queen of accountability actually made a request for public records under the Freedom of Information Act to receive the documentation of the police report that the young alleged scammer filed. Roughly 2 months before that Freedom of Information Act request, the Queen of Accountability filed a police report. Pause the video to go through and read the official police report, and make sure I go show the Queen of Accountability some love. But I will say this, is that putting a police report into action without this level of effort from her, the Houston police probably would never have been made aware of the alleged fraud.
Absolutely. If Daphne stayed on her neck, if this shit would have got swept under the rug, he's 1,000% right about that.
So where did we go from here? News update. The man who hit Roe with a brake has been identified by law enforcement. Her police report and hospital documents was also verified by NBC News 2. By the way, this person right here is one of these black woke consciousness hotep. Mostly women listen to him because he's small and feminine sounding and just weak, and endlessly defends the bad behavior of women, so they find him as a safe haven to talk their shit under. The same young Hotepian brother comes out and says, chill with the lies and the false reporting. Again, he's in support of Rhoda, who's obviously lying. The article was updated to say that there's an ongoing investigation and they didn't retract how they confirmed her police report and hospital records. I'll holla at you, Celebrity. Celebrity is another name that the Queen of Accountability goes by. We're going to get into that ongoing investigation here in a quick second.
Y'all, this is the first time I've even acknowledged this unhinged woman, the Queen of Accountability.
Wow, I didn't know she's okay. She's just straight up.
The Queen of Delusion. She calls herself a life coach with no emotional intelligence. And she's a fake lawyer too, because apparently she's suing me. And she's a fake police officer because apparently she has an investigation on me. And apparently she's a fake judge because she's about to put a felony on me. I mean, a fake prosecutor because she's about to put a felony on me too.
But Rhoda is obviously terrified here because think about this. I've made videos about this woman that have well over 1 million views. She's never brought me up at all. But Queen of Accountability, who has a much, I think she has like 10,000 subscribers, has a much smaller platform. This woman's responding to her because the things that the Queen of Accountability are bringing up and threatening her with are making her shake in her damn boots. Let's continue.
You can destroy 1 million people's lives. You're still going to be sad. You're still going to have no friends. Your husband still won't like you. Your kids will still be ashamed of you.
Shaming.
You're talentless. You lie. You have no ethics. You have no morals.
She's not saying she didn't do it. She's not saying she isn't up here capping that she lied. She's not saying that. All she's doing is throwing shame and language at Celebrity's way because she has no other defense. I want y'all to watch this. Watch how people move and be able to critically analyze this and see it. Because a lot of people will bullshit you. They will give you verbal diarrhea to say a whole bunch of bullshit because that's what liars do. I just want my people to be able to decipher what's real and what's not.
She's got all receipts.
You have no hobbies. You have no friends. Like, girl, and now you won't have no money because I'm going to take it all. See you in court, bitch.
Whoa.
If anybody can tell me Daphne's last name and the city and state that she lives in.
It's so crazy to watch a scammer call someone else who is providing receipts a scammer. Like,
exactly.
The pot calling the kettle much?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Daphne, I know your minions are watching. I know you're blocked, but Daphne Sutton? You see how quickly I got your last name? That was 30 seconds.
Her last name is available on all of her social media.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, you dumb bitch. Like, what are you talking about?
This bitch.
And again, it's people because they don't know these people. She's always had her name out there. Again, I've been following Daphne on YouTube, and she was actually on IG before she got on YouTube for like 2 years now. Like, she's never hid this shit. And I think she in Philly, by the way. I think she in Philly. I could be wrong.
That's really nothing.
Now think about how quickly I'm gonna find out your city and state.
Okay.
And then your address, and then your job, and then everybody in your family's name. Probably can get it before 6 p.m. today.
It's clear to see here that the Queen of Accountability has really gotten to Rhoda. And what's so crazy and hilarious is that she's trying to escape accountability so much that she tried to put a hex on the Queen of Accountability.
You think you f***ing with me, but I'm about to lay your ass to rest.
Wow.
See where I'm at? I'm at the cemetery. Bitch, I'm about to lay you to rest.
Wow.
What is that?
With a bonnet.
Coming right back to you.
You got to think of the pure insanity that it must take for this Muslim identifying woman to go to a cemetery for her voodoo witchcraft hex bullshit that she's trying to put on Daphne, tell me how you thought this was a good idea, ma'am. This is not coming from somebody who's innocent in this, in this entire matter. From scamming all the people that you did, being a fraud, to putting a crystal witchcraft spell on your ops.
Get the fuck out of here,
full
bro.
of good idea, ma'am. Accountable you are not, but spooked you are.
I just wanted to see if there was an update because, you know, she's doing all these things on social media and victims don't move like that. But I want to proceed with my fraud case because she's out here spending money still on these fancy places and she's laughing in our face. And she even told me, you can't do shit about my GoFundMe money because I was actually assaulted and I'm going to use some of it to sue you and all this other type of crap. I don't care about that, but...
This is Daphne, by the way, I guess recontacting the Houston Police Department. Now, mind you, there was videos of Rhoda in strip clubs, videos of her taking trips, like all types of shit, just throwing money everywhere that y'all gave to her. You suckers.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the right path with my fraud case.
Yes.
Oh. Hello. The state of Texas versus Rhoda Osman. The defendant, with the date of the 10th of January 2024, for theft between $30,000 and $150,000.
Gotcha, bitch.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling Daphne. And shout out to one of my moderators, the fabulous Gail at Night, who sent me over this state of Texas versus Rhoda Osman court document.
Got all the
See here,
receipts.
defendant status, warrant, or citation issued. Now, what she has to respond to is actually a third-degree felony, as listed right here. So let's go over the docket sheet entries. So you'll see on 124, the complaint was filed, offense, $30,000 to $150,000, third-degree felony, zero bond amount. On the same day, they have a probable cause found. The warrant was then issued on the same day, and the court assigned her to appear on 1/1/2024 at 9 a.m., where she did not appear.
Oh,
And here goes the court document. I'm not going to read it all, but I wanted to draw you guys' attention to this section right here. On September 3rd, officers were dispatched to this address, which is where the alleged attack happened. In regards to aggravated assault incident, when officers arrived, they met with Rhoda Osman, hereafter referred to as the defendant, and her friend, who was later identified as Jatuan Griffin. I, Detective Thornian, was assigned to the case on September 15, 2023. I attempted to contact the defendant Osman with the phone number she provided in the report. I discovered it was the phone number of that same friend, Miss Griffin, and was able to get a statement from her. Miss Griffin proceeded to tell me that she was not from Houston and came to visit for the weekend. Miss Griffin stated that the last spot that they went to, they did not like, so they left. And then the defendant Osman called some of her male friends to come pick them up. Arrived, they got into the vehicle. Miss Griffin stated it was dark-colored sedan. Miss Griffin stated that she got into the front right passenger, and defendant Osman was in the back left passenger. Miss Griffin stated that out of nowhere, she heard defendant Osman yell, "Ouch, why'd you hit me?" I asked Miss Griffin if there was an argument before she heard that. Miss Griffin said no. I asked Miss Griffin if there was any music playing, and she said no. Miss Griffin, who again is a friend that was there with her, stated off the recording she did not believe the defendant Osman was hit with a brick. Miss Griffin stated that the suspect then got out of the vehicle and got into another vehicle and drove off. Miss Griffin stated the defendant Osman went live on Instagram and she had to convince defendant Osman to call the police. Miss Griffin stated she did not know the two males she got into the car with and would have not been able to positively identify the suspects involved. Ms. Griffin provided the phone number to the defendant Osman and concluded the interview. It's also so odd to me if that you're calling men to come and pick you up. Why are you not in the front of the vehicle when your homegirl doesn't know them at all? So what's happening now? Well, the state of Texas is none too happy over the behavior of Rhoda Osman and have decided to revoke her passport. And I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot more is to come as more information gets uncovered regarding her lies. Shout out to all of the internet detectives that came together to put the pieces to this bullshit puzzle together. Again, go over to the Queen of Accountability's channel. She's Celebrity on YouTube. Go over there, show her some love, support her work. She goes out her way to ensure that accountability is established. These are the type of women that deserve our respect because they're tired of the bullshit just as much as we are. This entire story is your 2024 Emmett Till. Just as I said previously, women like this will do irreparable damage to black male image selfishly for their own gain. From Oprah in The Color Purple to Rhoda, and he hit me in the face with a brick while all of these other men stood and watched. This is what Kevin Samuels referred to as the color purpling of America.
Exactly.
Damaging male and specifically black male image for profit. But it stops because it ain't happening no more. Not on my watch. Questions, comments, concerns?
Salute to MTR.